Well, hello. Please let me know that you are here. And I'm looking at the technology and I'm just wondering, am I on Facebook Live? I'm looking at my phone and I'm not seeing it. I may be just showing on YouTube. And if I am, I may go off and try this again so that I can also get the Facebook listeners. So let me know if you are here and where you're watching it. If you're watching it from Facebook Live, or if you're actually watching it from YouTube. Okay. Oh, I see someone from Facebook Live. Hello. Okay. So, hey, Kelly, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of going, I think I'm being shown on Facebook Live, but I'm not really for sure. So, Kelly, oh, hi, Liz. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Here we go. We're beginning to come on. Okay. The last couple of times I have been on Facebook for some reason, I've had technical problems. So if I disappear, just let me know and I will come on again. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm glad I'm on Facebook Live as well, because my cell phone is still showing that I'm not. So welcome. I am actually going to do this real quick. I have to have some fun here. I'm going to manifest. If you don't know, I am in Texas. And we have not had really snow yet. So where I am, I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so I'm manifesting snow right now. So let's all think snow in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And maybe I'll get the snowfall. So so this is a show. Hopefully everybody will have a good time tonight. And welcome. If you don't know me, I am Michelle Henderson. I'm a psychic medium from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And just let me know that you are here. I would love to hear from you. And for the Wine and Spirit show, you need to have something to drink. That is what the whole purpose is, right? And if you don't like wine, you don't have to drink wine, even though it's Wine and Spirits. You can get water, you can get tea, you can get Coke, whatever you want to drink. It's perfectly fine. And just as long as you're relaxed. And I've got my little cheers to spirit. And the reason why it's called Wine and Spirit, so anytime I do a reading, or anytime we feel grateful, we're going to raise the glass and we're going to say cheers to spirit. And that's just saying thank you so much for all the awesome things that you have given us. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do it right now because I'm grateful for all the viewers who are on right now, because I would not be here if it wasn't for you. So let's say cheers to spirit. Okay. And again, that's just one way of saying hello. Okay. And saying thank you. All right. So if you are new to the show as well, share the show on Facebook Live or YouTube if you can. And if you share the show, you can get in a drawing for a free glass, a little Cheers to Spirit wine glass. Okay. And I'll do the drawing at the end of February. And so we'll see who wins a wine glass. Now, if you've already won a wine glass and you still want to participate and you share, then there is a surprise gift along the way as well. And if you do share, let me know, because if it's a private Facebook Live page, I won't be able to see that you shared. So definitely let me know. Okay. All right. So I am going to remove this. And again, hopefully I'm on Facebook. Again, it's not showing me that I am on my device, but it's just saying, sorry, we're having technical difficulties. So I'm glad that you can actually see me coming from Facebook Live. Okay, so if you're new to the show as well, I always do like an inspirational message. Then I do the readings. Okay, so I just feel like inspirational messages are needed, because towards the end of the week, we all need it, especially on Monday, right? Monday evenings, a lot of times you are just like worn out. Hi, Cassie. How are you, my dear? Hello. So hopefully I won't be kicked off this time, right? Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Liz, for letting me know that I'm on. Okay. So I'm going to just forget that and just go on with the show. Okay. So the one thing, it's very interesting because the show, I always connect with spirit and just, during meditation saying, what do I need to talk tonight for the people who are going to be on Facebook? And I kept hearing perception, the word perception, and it can be, defined in different ways. But the perception that we're going to look at, it's interpreting something that you do mentally, okay? And sometimes we judge and not knowing that we're judging, right? Hey, good evening, Kelly. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, first time here, Kenzie. Well, welcome. I am so glad you are here. I hope that you have a good time, and I hope you find the inspiration behind this show. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next. All right, this is actually a painting. And if I charged, okay, and it was actually, I think it was going for $400. So what I want you to do is I want you to comment, would you buy this art piece for $400? Just tell me yes or no. I'm just real curious. And this is kind of along with the inspirational message, I promise that it goes along. But if I put this up for auction and I was wanting $400, would you buy it? And just to let Kristen know, and Kenzie as well. Oh, and June Wood. Yes. Oh my gosh, June Wood. Yeah, we were high school buddies. What I usually do is an inspirational message first, and then we'll do the readings, okay? So I have a no. Kenzie said no. Oh my gosh, Rita said no. And Kelly said no. So it's so interesting how we're getting all these no's. Yep. All right, so what I'm going to do, and even if you don't participate, it's okay. Just think about if you would buy it. If you're going, heck no. Or you're going, oh yes, I love the black, okay? All right, so I'm going to give you more information about this drawing, about the artwork, okay? So what if I told you, I believe this is the right one, if an elephant painted it, then would you buy it then? Oh, that's very true. I like what Liz said. Yes, it is very subjective, okay? And that's one reason why I'm bringing this up, because I think with artwork, you can really talk about different things with it. So now if you know an elephant is drawing it and maybe the money goes to the zoo, would you buy it then? Okay, still no. Okay. Oh, you're a hard buyer, Rita. You're a hard buyer, but no, I understand completely. $400 is a lot. I understand. Not without knowing the art. Art is most often the reflection. Oh my goodness. You are being awesome tonight. You are really deep thinkers. That is really interesting. Okay. Oh, well, I do have I would be Liz. Okay. So I'm going to continue with this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And then, all right, so we're going to do another piece of art. So look at this art here. Okay, this is very sophisticated. And look how detailed it is. And again, you really need to know the meaning behind it. And I just put it, whoever the artist is, it's the reflection. And I agree with you. I think it's important to know, the inspiration and the story behind the art, because it really, really makes it. Oh, Kenzie said, I'm cheap is the only way. I say no. Oh, I understand. I'm with you, girl. All right. So if you said yes or no behind this, let me tell you the meaning behind it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and show. Okay. So Kelly says no along this still. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I'm going to show you who the artist is. His name is Stephen Wiltshire. And he is he's artistic, yes, and he's autistic, okay? So he was diagnosed with autism when he was 3, and he was not able to communicate, okay? And so he probably has a photogenic memory. And so he really is able to really do the details in his mind and be able to get it on paper. Okay, it's so different than when I do the stick figures. Reminds me of the Twin Towers from the street. And there's more to the picture, but I couldn't do the whole thing. Okay, all right. That's what I was thinking too. Okay, all right. So that's very, very interesting. Now look at this picture. We just have a couple more, I promise. And there's a reason for it for this show. Okay, so look at this artwork. I just absolutely love this. of course, because it has a dog, okay? But to understand the meaning behind it, why it is so impressive, okay, is that the artist is blind. Okay. And I was just going, oh my goodness. And really to people that live in the Dallas Fort Worth area, this is really neat. He is actually from Denton. He lives in Denton, Texas, and Denton is probably 5 minutes from my house. So I went, oh my gosh, he is a local artist. Okay. And yeah. And so what the story is behind it, he did have sight. And then when I believe he was younger or a teenager, he lost it. And so I became blind then. So he understands colors, but I couldn't do it even if I was able to see it, right? So that was very, very impressive. All right, this is the last one, I promise, and then we'll go on. All right, look at this picture. And a lot of you may know about this one, okay? So this is not a photograph. It is actually a painting, okay? And I'm going to show you who painted this. And I mean, and let me tell you, this person that painted this actually heard from Jesus. I mean, definitely had a communication. She had a vision. And so that's how it was inspired. But let me see. And this is very impressive. I'm going, okay, okay. So it's this young girl. Okay. She started painting when she was 4 years old and was connected. And to me, she's probably channeling, Jesus and Jesus telling her how to do the painting and everything. But I can't see paying that much for any painting. Yeah. Now this one is probably a lot of money. This is probably more than $400, probably. But yeah. So yeah. So this is this is, and she says it is the Prince of Peace. Okay, which is another name for Jesus. And so, but yeah, I mean, she was this young whenever I'm just impressed that she's able to get a portrait that accurate. So, but anyway, so I am very impressed. But if you go on her website, there are she paints angels and also, yes, exactly. It's very detailed. And I think there's a YouTube video about her and it's very, very impressive. And it takes her whenever I think her mom says that when she starts, she will not stop and she won't stop, finish until she finishes. And sometimes it can take up to 6 hours and she is like worn out. And so I'm just going, wow. I mean, much better than my stick figures, right? Okay. So the inspiration tonight is try not to judge people for the choices they make when you don't know the options they had to choose from. So a lot of times, you don't know people's backgrounds, and it's, being human, it's very easy to go ahead and say very judgmental things, and it's hard. And so we just all need to remember that a lot of people, we don't know, what they have been through, right, in their life. Whenever I used to teach children with autism, a lot of times they don't know how others are feeling. They cannot get in what we call in your shoes to really understand what where you came from or what you're dealing with or your emotions. And so just remember this from your heart, that a lot of times when somebody's rude at you in the grocery store, maybe they had a fight with a family member. You just never know. And just, say a little prayer for them, and hopefully, we can go on from there. Right. So, okay. So let me go ahead and see. Love the quote. Oh, I do too. Kristen. Oh, amen. Absolutely. And great quote. I've been really big on this the last couple of months, trying to understand from other people's point of view. And yes, and it is hard, but a lot of times when you really think of, where people have been raised or what they've grown up with, it takes on a whole different perspective, right? Okay. So what we're going to do now, and let me show you, because we have some newbies here for readings. I usually start with mediumship, is because I have to get my energy up higher. And so I start with mediumship first. So we'll connect with a loved one. Okay. Oh, yes. Love that quote. Tina Pine, my son has autism. I'm so sad to see people not understanding. And Tina, I think really, and I'm going to say this quote very quickly, because I worked with children for autism for so many years, that whenever I first started working with children with autism, a lot of people did not understand it. And, and Oh my goodness, those children who have been diagnosed with autism, I know it's hard, but they also have taught us a great deal. Okay. They're almost like angels teaching us things. And so it's just awareness. It's all it is awareness. So I think things are changing. So thank you, Tina, for telling us about that. Okay, so then I'll do the Oracle card pool, and this is more for you. If you need guidance this week, right? And you just need some inspiration. An Oracle card pool, and it's a 3-card pool. Then the Lenormand card pool, it's a question, so it's more specific. So be careful what questions you want, right? Hi, Melissa. And then Kelly, I've adopted children whom are autistic. Yes, people judge. Okay, autistic people judge. Yes, okay. All right, and then we'll do at the very end, we'll do universal card pull. Oh, I like yeah. Oh my goodness, no more on autism. Autism is a superpower. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so what I want you to do is in the comment section, just tell me the relationship that you want me to try to connect with. If it's a grandmother, put grandmother. If it's grandfather, put grandfather. That way it goes quicker, especially on Facebook. And it's a very mini reading. And how I connect with spirit is how they let me know is sometimes I just know what they want me to say. And then sometimes they give me a symbol. And sometimes that will cause problems because the symbol that means something to me may not mean it to you. So if it's something that does not make sense, you can always text me afterwards and then we'll connect then. And then sometimes I, can hear them and they can talk to me and it's through my voice. So it's just interesting how it works. And whenever I feel like I'm on the right path or I'm telling you some good information, you'll start seeing me do this to my head because I get little, goosebumps. I guess you could say goosebumps because it's kind of like a chill. All right. And so, and then how I get drawn to you a lot of times, whenever I'm looking at the names, they will let me know which one. And let me tell you, and a lot of times we go, well, why wasn't I picked? Sometimes, your loved one is here, but it's the message that's the most important, right? And maybe you need to hear the message that they had to hear. So Spirit gets whoever needs to be here. All right. So let me get some water very quickly. Okay. Hi, Julie. How are you? Okay. All right. So, Kenzie, when I kept hearing, whenever I was hearing your name, when I was looking at your name or all the names, I kept hearing biological father, biological father. Okay. So let me see if I can bring him in. I mean, he was definitely here kind of getting me drawn to you. So but let me see if I can get usually the first one. And let me tell everybody out there too, it takes a few seconds for them to start coming in. And then once I get my energy up, then the momentum begins. And then I'm like this. So the first one takes just a few minutes longer. So let me get him closer. Okay, so let me tell you what I am getting oh my goodness, that is very interesting at very first, okay? And what I usually do is I usually write down the name of who I'm reading for. So that's what I'm doing. And it really helps me open up to more about spirit. Mackenzie, I mean, it's very interesting because, I usually get personalities first. And the first personality I was getting first is just a loving personality. And the first word that came to mind, and what I heard was hippie. Okay. And that can go so many different ways. Let me see which way. And he's kind of letting me know that he was one that did not really want to be in one place at one time. It was like he was moving constantly from place to place. And I think that's, people look at hippies different ways, and there's different definitions of it, Kenzie. And so he was definitely. Okay. All right. So, and he is okay, he's saying I was very laid back, man. And, and he was it's, he would like look at people and he's going, he would not judge them, but it's like he would kind of look at them and go, well, relax. It's okay. Really? Why don't sweat the small stuff? I've said that before, And so he's saying, do not sweat the small stuff. Okay. All right. And he was he was not traditional. All right. So he's almost letting me know that he dressed differently. His hair was different. He was definitely a different, he did not follow the crowd, put it that way. All right. He's letting me know. He said, okay, he beat to his own drum. Okay. Basically. So I think we do have him. And I think this is who it is. Okay, so and a lot of times whenever they're showing me their personality and they're kind of telling me about them, it always has something to do with the message, okay, Kenzie? So what he's pretty much telling you, or what I'm feeling, what the message is that he's also telling you to beat to your own drum, okay? You do not have to follow the crowd. You can, even if the crowd sometimes does not look at you kind of differently, and you know this, and you become self-conscious about it, right? And he goes, the heck with those people. You need to follow your own gut feeling, your own pathway, your own beat, right? Not traditional at all. Okay. And so he is definitely letting you know that you have the most beautiful. Okay. He's wanting me to look at this, and it's very interesting. See this mystical wisdom. Okay. And it's almost, he's saying you are absolutely a beautiful soul. And, everybody needs to know who your soul is. And yes, definitely be with your own drum. And you said yes, I've been going through a lot of stuff like this recently. I've been staying my ground good. So, and that's definitely what he's saying. But just know things are going to work out. Whenever you do stand your own ground, don't question it, or don't think, well, I should have done it this way. Just know that whatever you decide to do this, then you do it, okay? And let it go, because you're kind of planting the seeds. And if you keep thinking about it over and over and over again, I should have done it differently, then it's going to really harm you, right? You're going to get tense. The situation will work out. His family tells me this all the time. Okay. Well, very good. Very good. And he's also letting me know that you are more like him than you would know. Okay. And I know you probably do not have a frame of reference for this. But he is definitely with you, girl, constantly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Woo, man, he is just like, he's like almost getting stronger, because all this message is exactly what he was wanting you to know. Okay, the one thing that he's showing me right now, and he wants me to tell you, and then I'll stop, is, those dream catchers? He's really saying, girl, if you don't have one, pick one up. And he said, that's the one that will really, anytime you look at a dream catcher, think of him. Okay. That's kind of like a symbol or a thing that you need to be looking at. All right. Gratitude. What you have is enough. It's something to be grateful for. So whenever you are in a situation like that, and you're standing your ground, still have gratitude for what you have. Look at the positive things that are happening in that situation. Okay. All right. I just hung up a dream catcher up on top of my son's. Okay. So, and I guess, oh, yep. Okay. He's giving me goosebumps. So he definitely knows that. Okay. So since you've done that, just know that whenever you look at it, then he is definitely there. Okay. And think of him. All right. Oh, that's awesome. And maybe the message was also that he knew what you had done, and connecting with you. Okay. So, Kenzie, oh my goodness, let's say cheers to spirit. Oh, awesome. So, keep up the head and just show everybody your beautiful soul. You're welcome. Okay, so everybody else, if you're still new here, go ahead and repeat. And you can even put little wine glass, emojis, or I don't know what you call it, little pictures. I know I'm old. Uh, and then after that, let me know who you want to connect with again. And that just tells me that you're still here and you haven't left, right? Okay. So whenever, I was looking at your name, okay, I was actually was hearing a please pick her. And it was a very sweet voice, okay, Kelly? Okay. So Kelly, what I'm really getting an impression because I'm talking, trying to get her to talk more, because she's kind of again not really holding back, but that kind of tells me her personality. But it's almost like, I mean, let me know because I'm really kind of curious about, making sure I'm on the right track. But she's letting me know that she was pretty young when she died. And a lot of times, too, let me tell you, because that's interesting, because a lot of times they'll come across as being, if they died like in their teens or their 20s, sometimes they'll come across as being very, very young. So that's why I have a hard time. Okay. Knowing because sometimes that is the best time in their lives, right? When they were really young. Okay. Um, when she's been a quiet one, but I feel like I still have a connection with her. It's almost like, all right, so what I'm seeing right now, and I've had this before where they send you like flowers, like I'm seeing, like snow falling. I'm feeling like flowers are falling and also hearts because she's telling me that you had so much love. Um, Motherly love, and she definitely okay, in her 20s. Okay, so and let me tell you, Kelly, what I'm getting from her right now is I'm going to say is 4 or 5. Okay, is what she's showing me during this time. Okay, and she's really showing me that during this time it was like she felt so safe, she felt loved. And she said that you were the best mom that really helped guide her. Okay, so she's saying that, all right, so she's saying thank you for giving her that groundwork because, whenever you're younger, you want to feel loved, you want to have the direction that you need to. And you gave her everything, that foundation that she needed to be the best person that she could be. And she just wants to thank you for that. Okay, so she's telling me, she goes, yes, I was difficult at times, but aren't we all, right? But that's what she's showing me. And whenever she was 4 or 5, and what I'm seeing, and she's kind of showing me, is that she had kind of shoulder length hair or even a little bit longer, this little, and she kept very soft voice, very young and blonde. I don't know, blonde hair it's very light is what I'm seeing. and I'm seeing her in a little dress. so, so hey, Connor. So I don't know if you dressed her in these little dresses, but she said she would dress me very, very feminine. You know what I'm saying? With the bow, made everything match. And she, she would look back at her childhood pictures and she would laugh. Saying, I cannot believe she dressed me in that, but she knew that she was precious. Okay. All right. So she's letting me know that lately, you have been, I don't know if you've been looking at pictures of her, when she's saying, yeah, when she was younger. Okay. So, and I think that might be why she's coming across so young, is that you have really been looking at her pictures recently of her. And of course, Christmas time, you did pull things out. And I don't know if there's ornaments with her being, pictured being really, really young. But again, she wants to definitely thank you, for that foundation that you gave her and the love. Okay. And okay, so what I'm feeling as well is she's feeling that, you're beginning to be able to live your life again and not, worry about her. You know that she is in a fantastic place. And it's just like she's smiling because she feels like you're able to move on. And that's exactly what she wants you to do, is be able to live your life and not worry about her whatsoever. Okay. All right. So she's definitely wanting me to let you know, she's going, okay, see, I can be really young, or I can be 27, or I can be 20. So, she goes, I have the superpower and you do not. It's very humorous. So she's definitely letting you know she is in a good place. Okay. And she's very grateful that you are beginning to move on and that you're able to look at her picture and not really, be saddened as much as you were. And she said you're on the right pathway. And she will always be with you. Okay. So I hope this really resonates with you, Kelly. And let's see if she has anything. Okay. So now she's just saying, just send her lots of love and hugs, um, and she will definitely let you know whenever she's around. You will be able to feel her. Okay. So cheers to spirit. All right. But that's, yeah. So I've had children come across that way, and it's like, it's all a message to a loved one. It's almost like oh, you're welcome, Kelly. I had the best time during that time. And then let me tell you one time, and y'all can let me know. I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Okay. Who else wants to be connected? I did a reading one time, and I kept saying, oh my goodness, the sister of yours, she's almost your age. And she said, well, she was a baby when she died. But what she was doing is she was showing her what she would have looked like whenever she was her sister's age. And in other words, they can grow up, they can be whoever they want to be. But I know for us, we want them to come across as we remember, right? Okay. Okay. All right. So, Christy, I think I'm going to you. And it's very, very interesting because, and let me know, because you just put me. And what I kept hearing was me, and I'll tell you what I heard. She said, I used to spoil her. And what I'm thinking who this might be is a grandmother. And so she's saying, oh my goodness, did I spoil her or what? Right. So Christy, it's very funny. And she definitely has a good sense of humor, very loving. Um, but yeah, she was going, yeah, me. so, so Christy, let me know if you have a grandmother who has crossed over. Okay. So what she's kind of letting me know and what I keep hearing is unconditional love. So she was really big about giving unconditional love, which means that, a lot of times she would discipline, or whatever. It was still out of love, and you would think, oh my goodness, why is she doing that? Well, she definitely used a lot of unconditional love. Now, Christy, is this on your mother's side? It's for some reason I'm hearing mother, but let me know if I'm wrong. Okay. Um, okay. So, all right. So it's very interesting. So she's making me draw an arrow from grandmother, mother into you. Okay. With unconditional love. And she said, we are very, very similar. It's interesting. She was making me, I was drawing arrows, and she's saying, we are all a lot of like. Okay. Um, and she's saying, of course, it all started with me. I love it. Again, she has some great sense of humor. And I think this grandmother, and what she's showing me is, she said, I never grew up, that she always, felt young. She said, I tried to not dress like a grandmother. I tried to be, I tried to be as young and youthful, and people, to show people that it doesn't matter how old you get, right? That you can still love life. And okay, so yeah, so she said I was definitely childlike. She said I knew how to have fun, and a lot of times it's very interesting too. She said that she really enjoyed observing children and watching children, because she said we can learn a lot from them, because they can show us how to live life, because they have not, kind of what we're talking about tonight, is they don't have the judgment as we do as young children. And she said, we can all learn from that. Okay. So what she's wanting me to tell you is that whenever you have a question or you're feeling doubtful, she's saying, think of, while you're meditating on the question, she said, you need to go to a park, go to the mall. And she said, not only watch the children, just watch human behavior, right? But she's saying, watch people, and you're going to actually, that's how you open up, is because you're around that wonderful young energy, and it opens you up. And when I say open up, that you can receive messages. Okay. It's almost like when you go to church and you pray, you're definitely opening up your energy so that you can receive messages from the Holy Spirit. It's basically the same thing whenever I'm saying open up. So she's saying, dear, if you have any doubts, just go to, right now a playground may not be the place. but watch children as much as you can. And that's where you're going to really get messages. Okay. Only knew her when I was young. Okay. Yeah. And understandable. Okay. But okay. And she, it's very interesting, even though you knew her when she was young. Um, she she said that you were definitely, it's almost okay. I don't know why she wants me to bring this up. But with me, I don't have any grandkids right now, right? So, and I keep waiting for the day to have grandkids. So I'm going, okay, but of course COVID's not helping. And she's saying, so whenever you were born, it was like, oh, grandkids, amen to that. So you were able to, she really enjoyed seeing you, even though, like you said, it was for a short amount of time. It was, she said, that girl, I spoiled her as much as I could, right? Okay, so she's definitely saying, just kind of take on whatever, her philosophy in life. It's just, you can be young forever. Don't again, sweat the small stuff, and just enjoy life. Okay. And she said, when you do that, you don't have doubts, you don't have that negativity. You start enjoying life. All right. So let's say, oh my gosh, cheers to spirit. She's a lot of fun. And so she's saying, if you want to know what kind of person she really was, your mother. But of course, don't look at it from a daughter point of view. Just kind of look at it how your mother is. Okay. Cheers to spirit. Okay, so, and I hate to do this just so that I can meet everybody's needs, is I'm going to go ahead and go to Oracle readings, okay? I think I just deleted my Oracle card. So, so let me know if you need guidance this week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch. Now, if your loved one does come through whenever I'm doing readings, I will definitely let you know, because a lot of times they come in when I'm doing card readings, and I allow that. Okay. So, okay. So let me know if you need guidance. Okay. Oh gosh. Right when I was picking it, but sometimes that happens, right? Okay. Now this is very interesting, Claire. Because, okay, I need to let you know now, all right, is, oh my goodness. Sometimes when spirit's here, a lot of people's nose runs, and that's what's happening with me. Is Claire, you did win a wine glass. I haven't been able to reach you. I've been very busy, and I keep thinking about it. And so you do message me after the show and let me know where you want me to mail it. And so you did win a couple of weeks ago. And again, and I was seeing if you were on yet. Okay. So because, you had to wait and finally get there, I'm going to go ahead and do guidance for you. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. And thank you so much for sharing. Okay. So let me go ahead and get this other camera going. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, Claire, is I'm connecting with your energy. Okay. Okay. And I think what has been going on with you, Claire, is that you have definitely, and hopefully this will bring you up right now too, okay? Because everything, I think right now, your energy is kind of bummed. You're trying not to think about it. You're trying to be positive. And right now, things are not going your way. And you keep thinking, okay, why isn't things happening, the way that I want it to be? And what I can tell you before I pull a card, okay, I'm going to go to the spiritual card, is that you definitely need to start thinking gratitude, think more positive, because I think what you're attracting is a lot of negativity towards your way, even though you did win a wine glass, right? That's one way that you went. Okay. All right. So, so you definitely need to kind of let that go and find the gratitude and everything. Okay. So the first card that I am going to pull is going to be things that you have worked on in the past. Okay. All right. So, I love this card. All right. So the thing that you've really been working on, it doesn't mean really taking a vacation. It just means that, you tend to, again, let life get you down sometimes. And sometimes you just need to get away. And this doesn't mean get away, have a vacation. It just means that you need to go out and get away from life. You need time on your own. It's almost like self-care. You need to give yourself some self-care. And sometimes this is triggered. And I think that's what's going on right now. So this is something that's always been kind of happening with you. So what you need to do this week, okay. I've heard tops. Let's do the top card. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope. So, just know that you do have angels around you. Okay. And really think about all the gratitude that you have this week, and look at hope, how you can find hope. Okay. And hope, is something that you can't see. It's almost like faith, but you definitely need to find creative ways so that you can bring that hope to into your life. Okay. Now this you need to make it. I keep hearing top for you. Okay. So, oh my gosh, follow your passion. So as a habit, what you need to do, and hey, Nikki, think about how to create things in your life, how you manifest them, right? In creative ways. You are a very creative person, but again, sometimes you're bringing in all that negativity, okay? So definitely follow your passion. You may have something that you're passionate about. You may not be able to make money with it, but you can do that in small dosages, right? To bring that passion out, okay? So, yes, definitely do that. And then eventually your passion can be your life, but sometimes you have to wait for it, okay? And just bring that positivity in, okay? So, let's say cheers to spirit. Have a great week and really self care for yourself, okay? Okay. All right. So, let's see. Let me know if you're still here and would like. Yeah, they are pretty, aren't they? And if you would like guidance. Too deep. Yeah. I love it, Pauline. Pauline, I love that little beer glass that you put up there. That's awesome. Okay, I don't know what it is, Liz, but all of a sudden it's like, go to her, go to her. Okay, okay, okay. So Michelle, what I'm going to recommend, okay, okay, is I'm going to write your name down because I do want to go with you. Okay, that's going to be a different card reading. It's going to be next. Okay, so hang in there because you want to know about a business. Okay, okay. So it's not going to be this time, but I'm going to do a different card reading in just a few minutes. Okay. All right. So Liz. Okay. So what I'm getting from you? Oh my gosh. Okay. Is that you really try to put on a great face, right? That things are going well with you and you're trying to keep positive, but sometimes it isn't, right? And and so I don't want to say you're fooling people, but you don't want people to worry about you, that type of thing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is do more of these dance cards. And what this is kind of get you moving in the right direction. I know it's kind of fuzzy right now, but I am going to get it under control in just a few seconds. This happens sometimes, and I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is have to remove it, and then I will bring it back. Okay, so I might get squeaky for just a second, and until I mute it. Okay. Okay, and it's still fuzzy. Who would have known? Hold on. All right, so I'm going to get this taken care of, I promise. And if it doesn't, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, right? Okay. And sometimes that happens when it needs to refocus. So I'm just going to have to stop it and do it the old fashioned way. So I apologize, but you'll be able to see your cards. Okay. All right. So Liz, let's go ahead and go to you again. All right. So this is a card that you have been working on in the past. Okay. Okay. So honest, oh my gosh, honestly assess. So I love this too. Okay. So what you have done in the past is you've been really, looking at your life and you assess it and everything. So this is something that you've done in the past and you continue to do so. Okay. So, which is really good. So you're honestly doing it. Okay. And so I think this is a wonderful thing that you're doing because everybody needs to kind of self assess to saying, what do I need to do next? And that is what you do quite well. Okay. So this week, what you really need to concentrate is offer. Okay. Just like I was talking about, is that sometimes you're down and you don't let others know about it. All right. So, what you need to really do is offer some of yourself. Okay. In other words, be more honest. So, whenever you're down and you have somebody there, be honest with them. You're offering yourself. Okay. You're honoring how you feel. And if they don't like it, if they're going, ooh, I don't like that opinion or whatever, it's okay because it's about you at that point. Okay. And they will eventually let it go. Okay. All right. So let's do whatever you need to do for habit. Oh my gosh, just feel. All right. So, whatever you're feeling, this is all about your feelings, right? And really be in touch with that, but also letting others know. So, once you are able to let others know your opinions, your feelings, you see that rainbow, you're going to show your true colors, and this will become a habit. And it's scary sometimes to show people, your true self. Believe me, and it's really hard to be honest. But you know what? Meditate, pray before, and you'll get the energy to be able to continue and follow in. Okay, to follow suit. So you do it, girl. Show everybody your true colors. It's almost like a peacock, showing all those beautiful feathers. All right. So let's say, cheers to spirit, and let us celebrate the person who you are, and let everybody know that. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to go to Lenormand cards. And what it is it's a question, okay? It's a specific question. And if it doesn't make any sense to you, and I'm going to Michelle first, okay? If it doesn't make any sense to you, I would definitely, you can rewatch this or write down the cards that I have, because sometimes it will make sense later on. Because when it's very, very specific. All right, so Michelle, I am going to, because I love showing the Lenormand cards, and so I'm going to see if I can get this camera. I'm going to try one more thing, and I apologize for everybody's going, not again. Okay, so I really want it to work. So let's see if we can get it to work. And okay, then I'm going to hold on. Yes, whenever you know how you do technology and you talk to yourself, you're talking it through it kind of thing. It's kind of like the same thing though, dude. There we go. Oh, no wonder it's over focusing is what it's doing. There we go. So what it was doing, it was on automatic. Okay. So see these cards, you really need to see them, especially for this one. Okay. Yay. Okay. So we did get it. Whenever you have 3 cards, it's not as important as when you have the 5 cards. Okay. And so I'm going to make myself little so that you can actually see. Oh, the other way. Sorry. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about a business adventure is what you want to know about. Okay. Okay. So Michelle wants to know about her business adventure. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say there's several cards in here. What I was trying to do is see which card I needed to do for business. But what I feel like, okay, what I was told is to go to the first business card, okay, that comes up. So these cards are a little bit different. You actually look at them whenever you're doing the reading, right? So you go to whatever business card first. Okay. So this can be a business card. And how this works is whatever cards are on the side of each picture kind of gives it meaning. Okay. All right. And hopefully you can see that. If it is, I'm going to move everything over. Okay. So this first card is usually how we do the meaning behind everything. But right here, this is your business adventure, okay? And this just means, it means something that you are actually, you're trying to create something on your own, okay? Like you said, a business adventure. So it's really funny that comes up, okay? So, all right, so let's go over here. The first card is the Tower. And whenever you're looking at business, it's kind of letting you know it's like a document or something that you really need to look at. And it's kind of like some documents you really need to be careful. Whatever you sign or whatever you're doing, you need to look through all of the fine print, okay? But right here, which I love this is a positive card, girl. This means that it's going to bring you good luck, though. So whatever contract or document that you really need to look at, it is going to give you luck, okay? So make sure that you definitely make sure you have all your ducks in the row. Okay, but see how, he's looking this way. So this is what, these two are pretty negative, okay? This can be. It depends on how you look at it. Okay, so whenever you do start this business adventure, it's going to have peaks and valleys. It's going to be rough and it's going to be hard. And then you'll get through, and it'll be, when you think you're get going, that's going to be hard again. Okay, so you are going to have your challenges. All right, so whenever you look at the mouse, there is something that you need to be cautious and be aware of, okay? So whenever something happens and you're really dump in the valley and you can't get out of it, there's something that's going to be eating at your business. Someone or something is negatively hurting it. So you need to really find out what that negative thing is, okay? It's a nuisance. And so you really need to figure out, why do I keep having these struggles? There's something going on, so you really need to look at it analytically. So Michelle, I hope this helps. It seems like it's going to be good, but you're going to learn a lot, and it's going to be like tipping the scale back and forth, right? It's going to be hard. and there is going to be something that is a nuisance that's going to get in the way. So I hope this helps. Yeah, and and with every business too, it may be that you might need more knowledge or just something, but there's something that is going to eat away a little bit, and once you figure it out, that's going to go smooth sailing, okay? I love these two cards because you will have luck in whatever document that you're completing, all right? So hopefully that it helps, and I wish you lots of luck. So I'm going to do one more. So let me know if you have a question. And sometimes this gets hard because you're going, I don't really have a question, a specific question. Oh, and I'm going to raise, I can't remember. I was looking at the names. Cheers to spirit. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. So Paulina. Oh, wait, Paul. I'm sorry. It's kind of fuzzy on that one. Polly. Okay. So let's go ahead and see about your future. Everything is about jobs right now, right? Which is a good thing. Sometimes it's good to try new things. Okay. So again, I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Whatever opportunity. No, you know what? I am getting it a little bit different from you, okay? Um, okay. So what I want to hear from you, and Polly, just let me know if you, because these cards, and I just want to make sure is I have to find you in the cards, and I want you to know, want to know if you identify more of a male soul or a female soul. Okay, so let me know that first because I want to make sure that I get the correct card for you. And I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right. And let me tell you, I am horrible with names. And I started asking that. I thought, souls are souls, and we have to follow with what our intuition is, what we feel. Okay. All right. So let's go see what Mel. Wait just a second. I'm supposed to wait. Hold on. About his work. Okay. So there are two males in this. Okay. All right. So right here, it just means that you're there in the center. Ah, love it. I love it. Okay. Whenever I was doing your reading and you were saying towards a job, okay, job opportunity, we'll see if this answers the question. If not, I can absolutely look at the job. But okay, so you are in the middle. That's the main card. When we come over here, okay, this is what, okay, so we're going to really concentrate on the job, okay? So, because a lot of times this card can mean relationships, but because we're talking about a job, I think this means that you're going to find something that you absolutely care for, that you're passionate about, and you're going to love. See this compass right here? It just means that follow that intuition, okay? There might be several jobs out there that you need to look at, but really follow your intuition and your gut feeling, because I know you've got it, and go with what you feel like you are going to absolutely love, and that will be the right decision for you, okay? And it's so interesting because whenever we follow the compass, we're following our pathway. This is also going to be like discovering yourself. And I think you're going to surprise yourself a lot whenever you take up on this new job opportunity. So what he's looking at, and I love this, he's looking over here, right? So whenever you see the death right here, it's a transition, okay? So you're transitioning. Something is ending and something is going to begin again, okay? And so since we're talking about a job, that's what we're going to do here. So right here, it also means that, and I don't know if this is going to be a relationship that in your job, but it is going to be, you may be working with a female, okay, in your job. And it's very interesting how you're really looking at both of these things, right? So whenever you're transitioning, you will have a female I don't know if she's going to help you or if it's going to be somebody new, but I think that, let me go ahead and do mirroring, okay? So mirroring is if you want more of a deep message, and this is very interesting, okay? So this is also talking about passionate. So you're also going to find true love, okay? Or your relationship's going to be more stronger with this lady, okay? And then when you do these two cards, they kind of complement one another. So the transitioning of what's going on with your job and also with your relationships you're going to be able to find your true self again. Oh my gosh, this is very interesting. So you can read it different ways. So does this help answer your question, Paul? Polly, does this answer? Or does this make sense to you? Hi, Kimberly. How are you? Well, Christine, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, good. Okay. So I was making sure it made sense to you, because if it didn't, I was going to pull some more cards for you, because I don't want, sometimes with these cards, it's really hard for me to be in tuned, because, most of the time we use it as a tool and I just use my intuition. But with these, sometimes it's like the tarot cards. Okay. I'm wondering about the woman in a relationship now. That is a rock. Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Well, I think what's happening is it's going to that woman was definitely in your card. So I think it's going to work out, okay? But yeah, it keeps saying that you're going to find your true self, but something, it says that there's going to be something, a death of something, and then something will open up. So it may be y'all will work it out, and but I keep feeling that just hang in there, okay? Even if it's a little bit rocky, okay? Okay. So let's go ahead and say cheers to spirit. All right, guys. And again, let me get myself first in the hold on, let me get fully involved in the picture. Okay, so I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. I usually only do an hour. For the new ones that come, I hope you come back. And I enjoyed it. If whoever was here was meant to be, and that is the most important thing. So I am going to, think about perception this week, how you can use it in your life, how you can change the way that you can think. And I really want to give you blessings, cheer to spirit this week to keep up the positivity. And I am going to leave you with this. God bless.